So everybody know PAVELSKI. He's literally the biggest brawler YouTuber out right now. And today I'm gonna show y'all how to make a simple thumbnail that looks very similar to his. So step one, all you need to do is load up Brawler and go to the options and then go to image render tool. So what we're gonna be using first is Hattori, and we're also gonna be using Red Raptor. Basically we're gonna be doing a thumbnail that is the two legends clashing. So we'll go ahead and get Hattori. So with this tool, it's very simple. You can go through all the skins, basically every skin for that legend, right? So we're gonna go ahead, choose this one. Gonna put this in Raven's Honor, I believe that's what it's called. I love this color, I wish I had it. Yeah, so the advanced tool, this is where it really gets decent. You can actually pose a person, you can put them in different frames. So say for instance, you emoting, if you go through all the frames, it'll actually go frame by frame for real. It's pretty cool. Y'all can experiment with that. But what we're gonna be using is the neutral sig on sword. So we want to get to a frame where Hattori's actually about to start her attack right here. That's what we'll be getting. So the important part right here where it says width, height, all that, really all you need to do it for width. But click this, you want to type 1350. Why are we doing this? Because if you were to do the default size, basically when you enlarge it, it would drop quality. But if you make it as big as possible, it's less likely to lose as much quality when you're enlarging it, even though it will, but it definitely won't be as much as when it is default. So we're gonna go ahead and confirm this, and then it'll go send that to somewhere in your folders. You should be able to find it. You can do that for your other legend. We'll go to the next step. All right. So we want to use the dimensions, 1280 by 720, and we are in Photoshop. So I feel like this is the easiest thing you can really do it in. So we want to go ahead and drag in your files. See, that one's pretty big. It's pretty decent. Probably have something like that, kind of in the middle. So I got this shot, so it looks like they really angled at each other. All I'm gonna need to do is flip him around. I try to always make them about the same size so it doesn't look too crazy. Yeah, so something like that. So I just recently found out, if you go to properties and then you go to browse, open up your actual maps, you can get the backgrounds pretty easily. So I didn't know that. I was downloading the actual maps from the game, and yeah, it was dumb. So we're gonna go ahead and drag this in the background. I almost couldn't speak. And yeah, so also what I just found out too is inside of here you can actually get the pieces of the map. So for this map specifically, I didn't know it was like this. I don't know if it's like that for the other ones. But what I would do is just connect these, because it looks like it's low-key supposed to be like that on some Lego pieces. Because literally, if you just slowly go to it, basically connects. So if you are in Photoshop, all you really would need to do is highlight both and then make it a smart object, and then it'll just be together perfectly. So yeah. Now if you're in the other programs, I don't know how to do that. It should be simple though. Most of these programs kind of work similar nowadays, and most programs are free. So trying to angle them to where Hattori's thing is gonna be kind of in frame. After you get your position down, you know what I'm saying, how you want it, I feel like this is the fun part. Usually I always blur the background. That's kind of how it is in real games too, because most people just always have it blurred. You can play with the blur however you want to do it. I also like to put a little radial zoom blur on it, so it kind of gives a weird feeling of intensity. Feel like that makes you like you on some weird stuff. So like I said, actually I didn't even say this, but I am not a professional at all. I'm actually very much so quote unquote self-taught, and I know there gotta be probably way easier ways to do all this, but I purposely put a black rectangle so if I drop the opacity, this will get darker. I haven't found out a way to do it, even though I'm very sure it is. It's real ghetto, it's tough. But anyways, I always like to dim the background, because once we add a glow on these guys, it's going to make it stand out a little bit more. Yeah, so I'm going to add a stroke to Zuri. I usually like to add 3, because When you go too big, it's just gonna look crazy. So I kind of like it to be thin. It helps to go look a little more crisp. And instead of outer glow, I usually like to use drop shadow. It's pretty decent. Keep it back there. Yeah, I soften it, but I like to add this Bevel emboss. I don't know. Kind of like to play with this because I feel like it adds a little bit more character to the legends. I really just be trying stuff, honestly, like just to see. I don't really like making it too strong though because it started looking disgusting. I'm sure y'all are better artists out there and really can make some crazy stuff. I'm just like the guy who's trying to do things, you know. I'm trying. So we do the same thing to Red Raptor, you know, white outline, low key. If y'all make a thumbnail for this, drop it down below so you put on your latest video. Like real time, I'm really trying to see something. I'll just have it like that, something simple, right? So next things we will need is speed lines. I feel like PAVELSKI likes to have that. I mean, pretty easy to find them online. You can usually turn them black, so what I be doing is doing that, then I combine them, and then yeah, probably easy way to do it. I don't know it though, so we're gonna go ahead blur these though, and then we're gonna put a good old radio blur in this and put a zoom. We're gonna make the zoom real high. We're gonna drop the opacity of these as well a little bit. Don't want it to be too known. Sometimes I even like to widen it like this a little bit, so I don't feel like it's too much in the way. We like to have a little bit of particles in the backdrop. So you can easily look up like dust overlay. This is small and blurry, so it should work. Do like a where's screen? I always forget where screen is. Right here. So I add this in the back, so it's not even on top of that. Just something to be felt. You know, we gotta really pay attention to it. It's just there. Can add a blur if it's too much for you, and just, you know, play with it. This would be the result if you finish in Photoshop. See, like I said, I'm not a professional, so since I don't really know how to do much more in Photoshop, I'll save it and then I'll put it inside of After Effects. See, After Effects, this is where I used to like make my videos at. And I had this plugin called Looks where you can kind of like do color grading and have other presets. So if you have this, I use the look called Versus, and you can also kind of customize it. This is the one I like. I really like the bloom and all that of it. Has it looking a little more dangerous. I just like to play with the settings a little bit, tweaking out how I want stuff to look. And of course, you gotta add a vignette. I like to make it like a little more chill on the outside like that. And then also sharpen. Cause sometimes these shots be looking a little unsharpened. So I just like to add like 10 of that. It looks a little better on thumbnails. So this would be an end result. I mean, it's something light. Hopefully y'all can make something better than this. I'm still learning, but I feel like this is a simple way to like get into it. You know, you gotta start somewhere. So anyways though, if y'all like this video and you got value from it, let me know down below. And shoot, like the video for that too, and subscribe, because you know we daily uploading. So appreciate y'all coming out, and adios amigos and amigas.
If you ain't subscribed to Jay for real, what you doing, bro?